PLL Championship Series. We get ready for our second semifinal of the day. Utah, the 4 seed, against the number 1 seed, the Philadelphia Waterdogs. Philly, the only team to go undefeated in round-robin play. Earlier today, Boston dispatched of California. So the Cannons will play the winner of this game tomorrow in the PLL Championship Series final. Anish, Shroff, Ryan Boyle, Dana Boyle will be with us in just a bit. And Matt DeLuca has been the Minotaur at the end of the labyrinth. He stopped everything. He's been sensational in goal. He's with Dana.
Matt, it's great to be 3-0, but now we're in the semifinals. What's the mindset going into this game facing the Archers?
I mean, we're 0-0. What we did this week was great, and I think you're definitely able to take things away and what we built to this point, but at the end of the day, we're 0-0. We need to win today to get to tomorrow, and that's all we're focused on.
You're putting up some impressive numbers, more so than we've seen last year in the Champs Series, but you look like you're having a lot of fun out there. Most importantly, where's that joy coming from?
Just the game of lacrosse. I mean, it's the middle of February, and I'm out here with my friends playing lacrosse. It's pretty hard to be upset about that, so I'm always going to have a smile on my face with this locker room. Coach Cope put together a great culture and a great locker room, so what's not to love?
Did you get 8 hours of sleep last night?
We'll say close to it.
All right, good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
For the Archers, they have their work cut out. 3 significant injuries, Williams, Ogevin, and more. Winkoff joined the team yesterday. Tommy Palasek got here about 4:30 in the morning. Arriving at 4:30 in the morning. They get a face-off violation. Waterdogs on offense first. And Ryan, what the Waterdogs have been able to do in this tournament is blitz teams early.
A 7-1 run.
Sowers missed it. Wishuta got a piece.
In 3 games, 7-1 run, 7-1 run, 8-2 first quarter. They come out and throw the first punch.
Here is Kieran McCardle. One-handed catch by Caraway. Turns, fires, bang.
You mentioned him being the breakout star of last year. He's got 4 2-pointers this year.
Ryan Ambler wanted a 2. It was tipped by DeLuca, so it stays with the Archers.
And I love that aggressiveness out of Ambler. They're going to need him to be super aggressive. It's really him and 𝐀𝐿𝐴, the 1-2 options on that left side.
Winkoff hums it too high. Palasek is wearing 83. He's the only player on the roster that does not have his name on his jersey. I guess when you get here at 4:30 in the morning, they're not sure if you're going to make it, so they didn't get the nameplate ready. Conrad pinballs off of Robbins, lost the ball. Conrad had a big game last night. Here comes McCardle. Running start, fires, Wishuta the save. Quick outlet, 𝐀𝐿𝐴 ahead of the pack. Caraway trailing him. 𝐀𝐿𝐴 shot, saved by DeLuca.
You gotta love the 6-on-6 format. Big stop on one end leads to immediate transition. Breakaway with the goalie, DeLuca, up to the task.
Sowers with a rocket. Now that time, Ryan, Jake Caraway being right on the heels of 𝐀𝐿𝐴 put 𝐀𝐿𝐴 in a spot where he couldn't shot fake DeLuca. It had to be go with your first decision.
And this is the culture that DeLuca spoke of, that Copeland has established. Everybody has bought into the defensive side of the field. They're giving up just 14 scores a game. Remarkable given the format and all this offensive skill out there.
𝐀𝐿𝐴 working on Scarpello, big part of that defense for the Waterdogs. And that's a turnover. Borda will dig it out.
The pride that Scarpello, Higgins, and Hayes displays. They're not like, oh, we're gonna play offense, aren't we, coach? It's like, no, you're gonna play lockdown defense.
What the Waterdogs have done, and it's worked well, they want their best players to touch the ball as much as possible. It's Sowers who's got it now, and McCardle, and Conrad. This time it's Sowers and McCardle. There's a 2, Wishuta never saw it, 3-zip.
And this is where that 13-yard 2-pointer comes into play. McCardle had 4 2-pointers coming in today, 0 all of last summer. So that 2 yards, a critical difference for McCardle.
Winkoff down the alley, bounce shot score. Utah has entered the chat.
And 𝐸𝐲𝐝's had some good looks. He went 0 for 5 shooting last night. He sailed one high on the previous possession, but with his quickness and big outside shot, he's going to get some looks today.
Here comes Jeff Connor, the former Virginia Cavalier, marked by Piper Bond, who was a rookie in the PLL out of Penn a year ago. Trainer versus 𝐀𝐿. Missed Conrad.
A good ball pressure there by 𝐀𝐿, forcing that errant pass.
Ball top right. Find there, Chucky. Step. Inside. Match. Step.
𝐸𝐲𝐝 gets around Higgins. Dumps it back to Ambler. That's Palasek, excuse me, gets inside. And Tommy Palasek, 35 years old, running on no sleep.
Just pure adrenaline at this point. Welcome to the party, Tommy Palasek.
He began his college career at Hopkins, finished up at Syracuse, back when Syracuse was in the Big East. Jake Caraway from the outside. Last year in the Champ Series, he had a viral step back two. James Harden-esque.
And doesn't it feel like Caraway, like he's going to have a moment at this tournament? Watch Conrad as the trailer.
Scarpello dumps it back. Conrad cranks. Bond got in the way.
But good read there by Scarpello. And I like the aggressiveness out of Conrad. He bared a couple of those in transition last night.
Ambler against Hayes. Ambler trying to get to the left hand. Feeds Solomon. Maneuvers around the crease. Scarpello not yielding. Excellent defense. 𝐸𝐲𝐝 to the right hand. Power from Kevin 𝐸𝐲𝐝.
He's got that type of range. You saw it on display when he's at Penn State in their run, but he can bring the heat.
Sowers, that quick first step all the way to the cage, yes.
And they obviously want to make it difficult for Sowers, but in speaking with Chris Bates before the game, like if he has 7 one-point goals, fine. What they don't want to do is have him have 7 goals and 7 assists, and 7 assists, 3 or 2-pointers. They don't want him to get everybody else involved.
𝐸𝐲𝐝 again, sweeps it wide. Well, the Archers were undermanned coming to the St. James. They've had injuries as McCardle stings the top shelf. Yet they've played hard, and they've shown a grittiness and a team chemistry where, again, the record doesn't show itself. Sums greater than the parts as Palasek cans his second.
And real quick, back to the previous Waterdogs possession where McCardle scored. I just want to talk about the gravity of Sowers. Sowers was in the sub box, and John Robbins started coming out to play him. Waterdogs had 5 guys on the field.
Caraway over to McCardle. Shot from the outside, no good by Conrad.
Good closeout there by Reese Eddy, getting in Conrad's airspace, so he wasn't able to get the full velocity on that shot. And credit the Archers here, right? Waterdogs have come out in these huge runs, right? Just a 7-5 game, largely led by Palasek and 𝐸𝐲𝐝.
Go figure the replacements. There is Palasek wearing 83 against Scarpello, strong to the crease. DeLuca falls into the net. Crease violation the other way. Matt DeLuca has played all but one half. Got a rest in the second half yesterday in favor of Jason Rose, partly because the game had pretty much been decided. There's Sowers, loves the dance off the high wing. Gets to the middle, backtracks. Caraway's knocked home a couple. Long two! Jake Caraway unleashes
He's
lightning.
feeling it. He's feeling it. 99-mile-an-hour heat. Sowers set a little screen there. Caraway, he is not shy.
He's got 6 points in the opening quarter, including a pair of 2-pointers. Winkoff for the answer. DeLuca saves it to himself. Quick outlet, up ahead to Conrad. Battling through a double. Conrad, backhanded shot.
And then he runs back on defense. The endurance, the stamina of Ryan Conrad. It's just a game changer. His ability to stay out on the field after making that incredible, miraculous finish. Like, yeah, I'll just drop back and play Dave.
Back door, back door, back door.
Palasek streaking to the cage, ran out of an angle. Warded off Scarpello, got away with it and scores.
He should have been here all along.
That's 3 goals for Tommy Palasek.
Push up right.
Brought a little Strong Island with him to Springfield, Virginia. Final 20 seconds, Waterdogs have put up 10 in this opening quarter.
So much for the defensive battle that the Archers wanted.
Sowers blows by Marr. Turns it back, shot by Trainer, saved, flag down. 6 seconds to go in the quarter.
I have no idea what that. Brian. Okay, what's up, Kieran? Yeah, always a face-off. What's up? Hang on a second. Brian, what's the foul? We're going to face off at the beginning of the quarter no matter what. Fouls on Archers, 54. 1 minute, unnecessary roughness, late hit.
And because the quarter will start with a face-off, expect an ultra-quick shot. Here you can see after Sowers makes that pass, Bond continues on his pathway, his slide, gets him up high. Easy call for the officials.
Feet inside, Sowers the fake out and the goal. His second of this opening quarter. DeLuca hauls that one in, and just when it looked like the Archers were staying close, the Waterdogs put up a 5-point cushion with a late run to close the half. The Archers challenged this goal by Michael Sowers. We watched it a few times in the quarter break. Didn't see anything conclusive to overturn it. We'll see what Matty Palem says.
The Waterdogs goal late in the quarter by 22 Black. No goal. It was challenged and he was in the crease. Face off, 10-6 Waterdogs.
So they lose the goal. Again, what you're looking for, did Sowers land in the crease before the ball crosses? And Matty Palem saw enough.
And that means Archers will be back. That penalty will stay intact. So about 50 seconds left on the power play for Waterdogs. Big face-off win there.
5-on-4. McCardle gets it inside to Sowers. He gets ramrocked by Robbins. Now it's Resetti. DeLuca with the save. It'll stay with the Archers. Last touch, Philly.
Caraway's trotting down as though he backed that up. It's like, no, it hit DeLuca. You got to get the ball before it goes out of bounds.
You got to switch the context.
Now here with the Waterdogs personnel, I actually think you're okay to double team. If you've got Scarpello on ball, they elect not to, but kind of that previous game, I was like, I'm not sure. Like, if you got Scarpello and Conrad, those are some sharks.
Solomon will be the trigger man. Milking the shot clock. Fakes the BTB. Scarpello got him away. DeLuca with his 6th save. McCardle against Connor Marr. McCardle thought about a 2, takes it and delivers.
Yeah, uses his defender as a screen. Beautiful layer of deception there by McCardle.
𝐸𝐲𝐝 3 points in the opening quarter. Now 𝐸𝐲𝐝 looking for his 4th. He's got Higgins hung up. 𝐸𝐲𝐝 has his 4th.
You thought with the Archers and those injuries that you'd see a heavy dose of Jacoby and Ambler on the left side. It's been the complete reversal.
𝐸𝐲𝐝 and 𝐸𝐲𝐝. Sowers plays it back to Connor. Gets past Eddie, green lights it and scores.
Beautiful little hitch move and top step there by Connor.
Marr, strong to the cage, unleashes and scores.
I think he caught Conrad off guard there with that aggressive move. You got 𝐸𝐲𝐝 on Caraway here.
Sowers gets the pick, fires from 2. Michael Sowers from the outside, his 2nd to 2 of this champ series.
And it was just a really heady pick there by Caraway to come change the matchup. And then when 𝐸𝐲𝐝 didn't step out on Sowers, he had too much room to step into that.
𝐸𝐲𝐝, Solomon, and 𝐸𝐲𝐝, all replacements for injuries on the field for the Archers. Here comes Solomon. Turns, cranks, save DeLuca. Loose ball, bodies collide. Now we got a full-born Tempest. And out of the chaos, somebody threw that in.
They're gonna stop play here just to get clarification, but they called it a good goal. You're gonna see this big scramble after the save by DeLuca. Maybe they're just checking on DeLuca because he was slow to get up.
Didn't quite get the end of it. Here comes McCardle. Down the alley, off the pipe. Ambler given credit for the goal. Caraway. White line fever. Right along the end line there, the sideline. Able to salvage the possession. Gets a step on Jacoby, and Caraway has been dynamite so far, 6 points.
And a great response after not picking up that loose ball in the opposite corner. Recognize that rule, like sprinting it down. So you love to see that effort rewarded.
Ambler goes to work on Hayes. Ambler trying to get to that left. Out of bounds to Utah. Or rather, Philly. Waterdogs with a 7-goal cushion. Sowers with 4 points today. Inside the arc, save 𝐕𝐢𝐝.
Great stop by 𝐕𝐢𝐝. Sowers had a clean look, full windup. You could see the frustration as he came to the bench. I mean, I think what's remarkable is just Archers offensively. You know, this is a team, the only team that hasn't cracked 20 so far. You got 3 replacement players, or 2 rather, going against the #1 defense, and you've put up 9 with 3 left to go.
Offense has not been the issue. Their offense has been okay.
Yeah.
It's the fact that they can't stop Philly. And nobody has. Conrad, Trainer, 𝐕𝐢𝐝 denies.
Drop! Step, JC, step! Chucky, switch!
And 𝐕𝐢𝐝, big stop there, a couple big saves. He's only got 4 so far in the day, so the guy they needed to stand on his head. The Waterdogs just too much.
Bond off the nice feed from 𝐸𝐲𝐝. Now the issue for the Archers, can they string together a few stops in a row, and they've been unable to do so. Caraway Another 2 for Caraway, his 3rd of the game. You were waiting for the volcano to explode. It has.
This half has been the Jake Caraway moment. He shoots to get hot. When he gets hot, he keeps shooting.
18 in the opening half. Ambler. Over to Solomon. Yes, sir.
Little something on that grease crank.
Scarpello, nobody picks him up. They didn't think he was going to score, and the D-Middies get one.
High IQ play there by Scarpello. He had Conrad trailing him. A little look back, and then you go underneath after the defense goes to sleep. Scarpello, his first of the tournament.
He told me yesterday he was going to get one for us when we did an interview with him.
Yeah, he got one. And Utah defended him the way Syracuse defended George Stamos last night.
And just to put things in perspective, those 3 short stick middies. Charlie Hayes has 0 shots. Jake Higgins is 1 of 2. And Scarpello is now 1 of 4. That's through 3.5 now games.
Timeout, Philly. They have been the unsung heroes for the Waterdogs, that group you mentioned. Scarpello, Hayes, Higgins. Give Trainer some credit as a two-way guy.
Trainer's been another revelation in terms of his two-way performance. He's been fantastic on the defensive end, really playing solid D there, and efficient on the offensive side. He's had 7 points on just 32 touches. Doesn't need the ball a lot to be productive.
Dana's going to try to grab Christian Scarpello here in a moment. 19-11.
You remember what he said to us last night before his interview?
It's about time.
About time.
About time. Well, now he's got 2 interviews.
Now the other short stick team middies are like, wait, whoa, you're like a public figure. What's going on here?
I think he's now the spokesperson for the whole unit.
Yes. But they have embraced their role defensively.
He's taking his helmet off. This is your moment. How does it feel? Who said D-Middies can't score?
We're just taking what they give us in transition, so happy to get one in for the team.
That's so humble of you. Can we expect some more?
Hopefully. We'll see how it goes.
Cope give you the green light?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was more of a yellow light, but the traffic didn't move on the other side, so he said, okay, I'm going to go. All right. You want me to go? I'll go.
So who do they bring over to this 2-man game? Or do they just mirror? Looks like here comes Caraway.
Sowers. Trail check by Bond.
And Bond is fired up after making that stop.
You said the Archers had to try to keep this game in the teens. Philly's got 19.
Yeah, I mean,
at halftime.
Yeah, you between games, you're like, we haven't seen a 30-point game yet.
I might get 40 at this rate.
But this has been the MO of the Waterdogs. They jump out to this lead, and then they have the ability just to milk the clock in the 4th quarter. I mean, last night they were running it down with 4.5 to go, which seemed inconceivable to have a lead that large given the format.
Let's listen into Chris Bates.
Solid, start here, right? Down, come through, right? Right, as you have the ball, Pally, he gets it, Wink, come set it here, just come off nice and high, flash through. If that's a dummy, you're right there, right? So come high, you have all the space. If you don't have it, right, come under, get the ball back through to Rye. Right, so you're a feeder, right, just get it through, then hang. If he doesn't have it, then we'll come right back to you there. Got it? Solid, then you can come set it down for there.
Yo, hey,
okay?
before, right, things stay in play, find yeah, check who Conrad's on and just fucking, if they have an out, act like I'm going to go to baseball.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, if they press out, just start inside, try to get leverage on the outside exchange.
You look at this Waterdogs defense coming into this Anish, holding teams to just 14, and a big part of that is playing the scout, right? Playing the scout. You know, 𝐸𝐞𝐞𝐝, he's got no goals. You know, 1 assist, Ambler just 1. So that was the 2 guys you thought you had to stop. The only guy you didn't have a scout on was 𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐿.
And maybe 𝐕𝐢𝐝.
And maybe 𝐕𝐢𝐝.
There. Step. Safety.
21-second differential, game clock, and a shot clock. There's 𝐀𝐿, and he gets his first point of the game.
Yeah, good rollback.
First goal of the game.
Good rollback there. Hasn't scored a lot of goals right-handed in this tournament. I think 2.
Both teams have shot it well in this second quarter. Utah 6 for 11, Philly 6 of 9, but Philly's got 3 two-point field goals. 6 twos in the game for the Waterdogs. Sowers driving on Bond. Sowers dips under, flips it to McCardle, side of the net, no goal, and time expires. 1/2 in the books of semifinal number 2. Philadelphia 19, Utah 12. Asher Nolting and Tim Troutner figure to be a part of that. 19-12, Waterdogs on top of the half.
And DeLuca took some shots, got a bunch of bodies flying out of the crease. You can't afford to lose him heading into tomorrow.
𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐿 and DeLuca begin the second half in goal, so both teams will stay with the starting goalies. It's been the norm for the Waterdogs. 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐿 came off the bench the first 2 games and then played the full game last time out. Sowers picked up by Marr. They had a spirited race for a shot that went out of bounds at the end of the PLL championship game last year as Caraway catches another one. Marr famously won the race to the end line to salvage possession for the Archers, who would go on to win.
I don't think that little moments like that and the championship game aren't in the back of the minds of these Waterdogs.
Here comes 𝐕𝐢𝐝 against Trainer. Those 2 played together at Penn State last year. Solomon, yes sir, from the outside.
And it was a heady little pin down screen by Piper Bond. He prevented Conrad from rotating up, and Solomon used them both as a screen. That's Solomon's first 2-pointer of the tournament.
Solomon was another guy playing pickup ball, rec league ball in Hoboken, New Jersey before he found out he'd be an injury replacement for Grant Ament.
And Chris Bates said he's a guy that, you know, every week, every 2 weeks is just peppering him in his ear, looking for his opportunity.
Ambler almost turned it over. Borda shovels it back. Scarpello's got a goal today. Sowers, marked by Robbins, fires on the run. 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐿 to the save. Quick outlet to Piper Bond. Bond absorbs the contact. Knocked away by Caraway. Bond recovers, nearly goes down. Dumps it to 𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐿, who's got the 4 goals. 𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐿 tiptoes around the crease. Feet in front, Solomon. One-handed shot stopped by DeLuca, his 9th save.
And it's just incredible defensive effort there by Connor and Higgins. Connor ran 𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐿 off that dive opportunity. He throws back to Solomon, and Higgins meets him with force.
Here is Hayes. Hayes, Scarpello, and Higgins have been the unsung heroes of this Philadelphia run.
Are they sung at this point?
Aldana's talked to Scarpello twice now. Starting to get their due.
Yeah.
Trainer.
I think they're probably acknowledged. We can go back to ignoring them again.
21-14.
But we
Whoa! That's a 2. Loose ball, middle of the field. Here comes Bond. There it is again on game flow. Little hidden ball trick.
Good.
Bond! Cha-ching. Archers not going away. They've cut it to 4.
Yeah, 5-2 so far in this quarter.
Conrad gets free, and that's an illegal pick.
Caraway got a little too aggressive, a little too chippy.
Solomon goes down, might have got tripped.
You can see Copeland imploring his guys, hey, settle down.
They only have 4 out there right now.
The Archers need one more.
They're playing 4-on-5. There's no penalty. They shoot 4-on-5, and Winkoff misses.
They are down a guy, playing a little bit short-handed. They might have just been all looking around like, wait, my turn, your turn? Who's going here?
I got 5 on defense now. Sowers against Bond. Hard to match feet with 22. Sowers gets free.
And he's been basically the big equalizer of every game. He's just a guy you could throw the ball to and say, Michael, go get us a quality look. And whether he gets it for himself or if you slide to him, then he gets a teammate like McCardle involved. It just looks like they can get a good look whenever they want.
𝐀𝐿, tough angle. Ronan 𝐀𝐿 hasn't seen as many shifts today. He's been quiet. Conrad driving on Eddie. Caraway setting the pick. Conrad off the side of the net. Trainer, and it's knocked out of bounds by Philly.
You didn't love that look by Conrad. Super low angle. He had an opportunity to kind of re-attack underneath, potentially go for a diving shot across the crease.
We're told they will look at the Nate Solomon two-pointer to see if his foot was on the line when we have a break. Ambler with the left hand body save Wishuta, or rather DeLuca. He's got 10 saves.
A good late reaction there by DeLuca. I don't think he saw that until the very last second.
Sowers dances with Robbins. McCardle wheels to the wing. And did that get a piece of Bond? No, it did not. Shot clock expires.
Drop.
Archer's playing pretty good defense in this quarter, just holding the Waterdogs to 3 goals.
They get this to 3 or 4 going into the 4th. You get a big quarter from Wishuta, you got a chance. It'd be quite the upset. There is 𝐸𝐿, the man with no name. 𝐀𝐿 down the alley, bouncer, pops high into the air. And last touch, Utah.
Yeah, I think they might have had a crease violation on top of that. 𝐀𝐿 had Solomon on the backside pipe. 𝐀𝐿's only got 1 assist coming into today, so not known really as a feeder, but had he had been his head up, Solomon was wide open.
Conrad alley dodge against Marr. Caraway again, he is perfect when shooting. Fires another 2, his first miss, it's a save. (22-17), Archers get a goal here. Get a 2-pointer. All of a sudden you're within 3. They're doing it with Winkoff and Solomon and 𝐸𝐿. Ambler over to 𝐸𝐿. Feet in front, Solomon knocked down.
Great play by Connor, tracking Solomon off ball. Getting that knockdown or nugget.
A chance to go 2 for 1 for Philly. Conrad has a goal today along with an assist. Gets the pick from Higgins. Right hand free, bouncer had nothing on it. But it will stay with the Waterdogs. Touch last by Utah. They wanted a cutting Higgins. Ball rolls the other way. It's a shot clock violation. Boy, that's a break for Philly. Utah picks that up. They got a great look at the goal.
Yeah, Higgins stayed on that possession offensively, tried to trap 𝐬𝐝𝐿aSek, but they weren't able to get the switch they were looking for there.
Top right.
All right, here's 𝐬𝐿aSek now.
Top right.
About a 2.5 second differential between game clock and shot clock. Ambler gets the pick from 𝐀𝐿aCh𝐾. Over to 𝐕𝐢𝐝. He loves that sweeper, looking for Solomon. 𝐬𝐿aSek keeps it in bounds. Shot clock at 6. Down to 4. Down to 3. Down to 2. 𝐬𝐿aSek. 𝐕𝐢𝐝 beats the buzzer. Time expires. Copeland's got the challenge flag in his hand. They're going to watch it on the iPad. And the Waterdogs will challenge that last goal by 𝐕𝐢𝐝. One more look.
And there's the Solomon two-pointer. So this is a potential 2-goal swing between the quarters.
Yeah, the way reviews work, at the end of the first, second, and third quarter, they can review 2-point goals. In the fourth quarter, any 2-point goals that are to be reviewed, they will do that in real time. They'll stop play and come to the monitor.
Horn is a disaster. Horn's a
goal is good when you
yeah. Remember the two-pointer?
Okay, so as you know, this one.
Copeland is all over it. He could be responsible for 2 goals. The challenge, plus the friendly reminder, hey, remember that one? And how deflating for the Archers. If you cut this to 4, you're all sorts of juiced up, and then it's like, wait, what?
This is the other angle that we have, and they're going to try and give you a low pretty soon, okay?
Yeah, the Solomon goal was 6 goals ago. At the time, it made it 20-14. Matty Palem and the officials will sort through the carnage when we come back. We've got the fourth quarter, a trip to the championship series final on the line.
What impact does lacrosse have on your community? For centuries, the game has been medicine through spirit and competition. North America stands home to the most historic stages with the most passionate fans. So let's bring the game back where it belongs. The 8 best teams in the world finally coming home.
We go to the fourth quarter. Boston will await the winner of Utah and Philadelphia. The last goal by 𝐕𝐢𝐝 was wiped out. It was after the shot clock. They reviewed Nate Solomon's 2-pointer that made it 20-14 at the time. This one stands, so the Archers docked 1 goal. 5-point game going into the fourth.
Yeah, deemed inconclusive. They looked at a bunch of different angles. From that one, it looked like his foot was on the line. They looked at some other ones. It wasn't as clear. They elect to keep it as a 2.
Yeah, we're still looking at it, I guess.
Maybe,
so
yeah.
They have not yet ruled. It appeared that they had.
I thought that one angle, Anish, it looked like he'd stepped on the line.
Does this look give you anything definitive? Again, is it conclusive enough to overturn the call, which was a 2-point shot?
I see a white shoe on a white line from both angles.
Can you conclusively say 100% his shoe is on the line or not on the line? In this case,
yes. I think,
okay.
For me, yeah. I think if we had the reverse angle, then maybe I would feel differently, which I guess is to your point, is then is it conclusive? If you don't have the angle.
The way the review is structured, if there is any shred of doubt, you default to the call on the field. Now, they have a separate angle down in the field, I'm told. And we're told the call will stand. Fourth quarter underway. I don't know if a lot of folks felt Utah could hang with the Waterdogs, especially the way Philadelphia has played. The Archers have a chance to spring quite the upset in what would be their first win of this championship series.
They gave the Waterdogs their best game during the round robin play, just a 3-goal margin. Felt a little bit more comfortable than a 3-goal margin.
Philly shooting 50%. Washuta stops that with his foot.
It just feels like the Waterdogs in this second half have kind of gotten away from their staples offensively. Like, I don't think we called a single Sowers-McCardle two-man game, and they've been feasting on that through 3 games.
Winkoff saved DeLuca. Took that one right on the chin. It comes right back to DeLuca. A dozen saves for the former Delaware Blue Hen. Michael Sowers against Ambler. Princeton against Princeton. Sowers with a high shot, no.
And you can see the Archers' game plan defensively. Don't slide to Sowers, trust the one-on-one matchup, and if he scores 7 one-point goals, okay.
And trust Washuta. Solomon over to Marr. Shot fake, Marr inside. And the Archers within 4.
Marr's been a legit threat in transition all summer long. He's got the skill set to bury it if you're going to give him that opportunity. Just 1 2-point goal coming into today.
He had 5 goals last season. Another empty possession for the Waterdogs, who only have 3 points in the second half.
Down the alley, stick to the outside, Caraway with his left hand.
Archers get one here, especially from deep. Changes the feeling in the building. Here's Palasek. Looking for the cutter, Eddie couldn't hold on. Charlie Hayes has room. Hayes with the goal.
First goal of the tournament for Hayes on his first shot. That was the 2 that the Archers needed.
Well, he had been the only quote-unquote defensive player without a goal for the Waterdogs. Higgins had one, Scarpello got one today, now Hayes has one. Sowers bounces it home.
A good response by Sowers. I mean, he recognizes how they're playing him.
Ambler wheels around the cage, spins it back. Palasek turned away by DeLuca. It'll stay with the Archers. Last touch, Philly.
Good action there by Archers offensively. Ambler, who plays with a ton of energy.
Bond beelines toward the crease. DeLuca, another save. Fresh 30 for Utah. They'll keep it. 14 saves for Matt DeLuca. Palasek gets inside, the goal is good. 5 goals for Palasek along with an assist.
Quick little underneath move. Scarpello wasn't able to get on his hips.
Whatever coffee company got to him today, there is a sponsorship opportunity. Here comes Sowers, wheeling, dealing. Eddie tried to force Connor out of bounds. Marr will jog it up slowly. We come up on 4 minutes to play. Philly by 5. Trip to the championship series final at stake. Boston awaits. Cannons beat the Redwoods earlier today in semifinal number 1. Ambler trying to get to the left hand. Hayes spins it back to the right. Ambler, crease feed, and right there, Palasek for goal number 6.
Beautiful find by Ambler, and great job by Palasek, showing up on the doorstep, flashing his stick, being a target, and following that slide.
Great discipline there by Scarpello. Maybe there could have been something there, but knowing your role, knowing what the team needs, McCardle's pass too high for Trainer. There's an opening here for Utah.
You get a little bit of that sense of frustration from DeLuca and Cage barking at his defense the last 2 possessions that the Archers have scored on, yelling at his defense, saying it's way too easy, too many easy looks.
Chris Bates calls a timeout. The Archers, the reigning PLL champions in the regular season last summer. In the sixes format, they fielded a roster which, let's be honest, didn't quite look like what they fielded
Take a breath. Get ready.
during the field season last summer. No Grant Ament. They've had injuries during this run here in Springfield, yet they're battling.
Yo, Rye. Do I got eyes on this? Yes.
Yep, sir.
Yo, throw it back. So throw it down, come over, throw it back. Rye, you're the feeder, right? You see that? Just throw it, Rye. Just throw it, cutting, and just throw it. Flash, right, round and that's wink there, you got it? Yep. Wait, if you don't have any looks, right, wink, then go set it for Ryan. Yep. Got it? Come on, hey, let's get it, couple
so
stops here,
Ambler will
fellas.
be the feeder here, and expect a little up pick on the right side. And they actually don't want to set the pick. I don't think when they want to make contact, they want to act like they're going to set it and then slip to the middle and catch the defense in between their switches. The other thing, Anish, that I want to bring up big picture-wise, Waterdogs haven't played a close game. So they've been able to just basically, oh, we got this huge lead, just run it. They haven't been challenged like this. How do they respond in a tense, tight ball game?
Yesterday, at the same juncture of the game against Boston, Philly was taking shot clock violations just to get to the finish line.
Roll back.
Ambler rolls back on Hayes, missed the cage. 3:08 left.
You think back to last night, at this point, the Waterdogs were just standing there, not even attempting a shot. Now it's like, you're in a dogfight here.
Caraway's had a huge game, 9 points. Launches a 2, Washuta with his biggest save of the game.
Sometimes as a goalie, you gotta be practical. Obviously, you'd love to get your stick across. I don't have that time. Given Caraway's heat, I'm just gonna throw the old shoulder, the old chicken wing up.
Solomon still has it. Jacoby sets the pick. Solomon down the alley. Plays it back. Palasek. Jacoby. Great check by Borda. Knocking it loose. It's picked up by the Waterdogs. Scarpello ahead. And Andy Copeland calls time.
And the Archers had Sowers trapped on defense at the other end. They were able to get Jacoby with his hands free from distance, but Borda, that late closeout, just to disrupt it. Credit him with the effort play.
Listen. Hey, listen. I would love to get a 1, make this a 3-possession game. Okay? listen, let's do this. You start with the ball. We're going to bread and butter. Let's just go to a little two-man here, and then let's have our action back here, okay? So it's Borda, it's Jake, and it's Conrad. Go to work, no transition. We good? Let's go. Dogs on 3, 1, 2, 3.
I love the conviction there, and yeah, duh, just go to your staple. You got the ball starting on the high left wing. Have Sowers pick it up, have McCardle on that side, get into your two-man game, and then create that backside triangle with your shooter carry away from distance, Borda and Conrad out there to prevent any transition. This has been the staple all tournament long. Like, no need to mess around here. And to Copeland's point, this is a critical one goal to stretch us from 4 to 5. Makes a huge difference.
Sowers waits until the shot clock gets to 10. Down the alley against Bond. Spun back, McCardle. Back to Sowers, that's a 2! Michael Sowers for 2. So much for the one Andy Copeland wanted.
Sowers' second 2 of the game. Didn't have one yet to date.
3-possession game, 90 seconds to go. Solomon, backhanded, gets it back. Flag down, and the Archers will have a power play with 1:20 to go. You want a 2-point shot, what you need? Having the 5-on-4 advantage is huge.
15, 30-second technical push.
So Conrad to the sin bin.
Yeah, and Higgins had a hold on that play earlier, so they, you know, if you have any issues with the Conrad one, then you definitely had a penalty at some point. Now, Utah just shooting 2 of 12 from 2-point range. I mean, the guy here is 𝐀𝐮𝐝. Ambler and Winkoff as well. And you almost, if you're Waterdogs, just protect the 2-point range. You almost want to just, fine, give them a 1.
Yeah, a 1 keeps it a 3-possession game, and they give them the 1. 𝐀𝐮𝐝 on the doorstep, which Philly conceded.
And Philly's now back to a comfortable position where they're gonna just use the entire 30 seconds here.
Yeah, you gotta press out here. Sowers will play keep away from Bond. Caraway. That should do it. McCardle, the dagger.